Out of
I'm going to take the uncomfortable wallet out.
We've done this before.
Professional.
Definitely professional.
We have wallets.
That's the professional bit. The worst, best.
Genuine bison leather.
Is it?
I don't know. The guy that sold it to me said something about it, but it's long since gone.
Yeah. Mine's got a little shield with a bird on it.
Genuine bird leather.
Definitely bird leather. It does say genuine leather. Couture. Condor leather.
Aww.
Bird.
Oh man, do
Condors
something.
and birds.
Stand up for me. Be cool in some way.
Oh, is he? Oh,
I got words.
You got brand name stuff going on in there. It's a
It says drain.
Dryan. I think it might be Lisa Adrian
Drank.
Lisa Driank.
Fine woman.
Well, Liesa Drianks tonight. Go on, have a Driank, Lisa.
Yeah.
Go on about you.
Stupid Lisa.
Right.
Hi.
Hello. I'm Ross. Joining me is Zenon, who's been on the show before, and together, somehow, in amongst all of the ridiculous, silly laughter that is inevitably going to happen, especially with my mispronunciation of the word inevitably, we are attempting to drink Nova Scotia Dry. My wife is texting me. Okay, to start, we met in 2000.
Nope.
One?
Nope, 99.
Was it? Oh, I was just back. It was that fall. You are absolutely correct. It was the fall of 99. This is why we keep you around. And since then, we have almost lived together.
Yep.
We have spent a lot of time together, especially on the road, in between roughly where I live now and where we are now.
We bought hats.
I almost bought a hat. But no, I was going to do one better. I was going to not, because that's for renting movies, and we can't do that anymore. So we need a new thing for this. So I thought, what will I get?
We bought glasses.
Glasses it is. Yes. And Zenon has always talking about the virtues of one Stellarton, Nova Scotia, as this is where he grew up. So I came here and I cleverly said, you know what's in Stellarton, Nova Scotia? Backstage Brewing, which I want to go to. So I tried to check it out and I said, let's go to Backstage Brewing and we can do the whole thing there. We can try some plates. And they are shut. So that's the bad news.
And it's homecoming week, so they made sure to shut down early all week.
Business. I haven't. Oh no, I've probably told. I've told this story a bunch of times when I was trying to drive back from Cape Breton after dropping Joe at a soccer thing, and I tried to stop off at all the breweries on the way back, and one was open. One. And they were like, hurry up and buy something. We're closing. I was like, it's 6:30 on a Saturday night. They said, yeah, we gotta close. You gotta get out.
Did I tell you about my weekend in Drumheller?
No. Where's Drumheller?
It's in Alberta. Drumheller is a pit in Alberta.
It sounds very Swedish, so I thought...
No.
Okay.
So Drumheller. Driving towards Drumheller, and I got the GPS up, and it is saying, well, I'm in a prairie, so you can see
everything. Yep.
And I'm looking at the GPS. It's like, you're 30 kilometers from Drumheller. Okay.
What is it, like a village? Is it a speck? Is it a...
You keep going. It's like 20 kilometers from Drumheller.
I mean, you're not expecting to see skyscrapers on the distance.
10 kilometers. 5. I don't know. And here I'm thinking the GPS is just gone because I kept saying closer. There is nothing. Because like I say, you can see forever. There's nothing. And then 1 kilometer to Drumheller, I see a crack in the distance. It kind of looks like, well, what am I looking at? And then I'm looking at this distance, and all of a sudden, you drop about 100 feet, and you're in Drumheller.
But it's a town.
It's a good-sized town, but it's completely underground level. And because you can see forever, just this is down.
So like if Amherst fell into a crater.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like Crater Amherst.
See, it's
all bad land.
I was going to follow with, it was probably easier to find than Squirrel Town.
We did find squirrels.
I don't think we did find Squirrel Town.
But I'm in Drumheller for the weekend, and we passed this restaurant. We're like, oh, we'll get something to eat here. And there was a movie theater just past it. So we're like, well, dinner and a movie tonight. This is great. So we go to this, and it's Friday. So we go to this Chinese place, and we're the only ones there. And they're looking at us like, what are you doing here? Because it's like 5:30. We're here to eat. We're about to close. Oh, okay. So we got some takeout. We'll just eat outside at the bench and then go to the movies. Like, well, the movies aren't open. It's Friday. What? What? It's like, the movie's closed for the weekend. They're only open through the week. What?
So it's not just an Eastern Nova Scotia thing. It just seems to be a.
It's a convenience thing.
Was this post or pre-pandemic?
Well, this was pre.
Pre?
This was very pre.
Because I feel like we were very open.
Like we're talking
Pre.
07, 08, that range.
I just feel like everything was open and we had like the 24-hour conveniences and 24-hour shopping and things like that. Here's beforehand, but ever since then, not so much. Here's my issue. Backstage Brewing does not have a website. And so they don't have a listing of everything that's there. So we're kind of going on vibes you get and a small amount of research that I can come up with, but it's a hub for good times. And I'm like, I don't even know when they opened.
They would have opened, I'm guessing, almost 8 or 9 years ago. The woodwork was done by Pat, who was actually my instructor at the community college when I took cabinet making.
This is why I'm glad I made sure that you were here.
Yeah.
So here's what you do when you get your old friend on the show and you want to you say, hey, I'm going to come out and I'm going to accost you for an hour and a half of your time. By the way, go and buy us some beer at this one specific place. I did say, I didn't specify anything. I just said, go try and see what you find. So here's what you found. You found Off the Hop Golden Ale. And oh, good, there's a description on the side of it, and that is 4.3. All right. But the problem is, Backstage doesn't do a lot of bottles. So we have some growlers to get through. And this one is for the Senior Hockey League at 3.9%. Because you know them seniors. And then this one is...
And the red.
Yeah, it's just red. So, yeah. Now, oftentimes we go from the lowest percentage and work our way up, but what do you want to do first? Just go through the order in which you picked things. Let's go with that.
So
you walk in
to get and I said, I'm here to get a few bottles. They said, good news, that's what we got, a few. So there's actually so this was what they had available for bottles. So I said, well, I guess I'll get them. So these were the first things I got.
Okay. So it's a lovely purple bottle there, and of course in the clear bottle, I am told that things don't keep as well in a clear-ish bottle. So like a can of beer will keep its flavor and everything because this will get, I don't know, diffused by the sun or however the sun works.
Don't worry, these are fresh.
Well, that too. So off the top is our take on a golden ale, light and refreshing and subtly hopped with Centennial and Mosaic. This straw-colored beer, crisp with slight lemon and pineapple flavors, 20 IBU. That took me on a bit of a roller coaster there. Subtly hopped with Mosaic. That's difficult because Mosaic is very kapow. And then, wow, our take on a golden ale, but lemon and pineapple? I've had a couple of golden ales and they're never usually all that flavorful.
The rascal of the brewery, if you will.
I guess so. And then my only other stipulation was, please get me a mug, some sort of glass from Backstage, because I do not have one yet. So look at this. It's got the pebbled, what would you call that?
Pebbles.
No, there's a word for that. Not embossed, but like a...
Attempted fidget spinner.
It's not speckled. The old speckled hand of said, I'll think of this at some point, but it's got the divots on the side. It is a grippy glass, despite the and he chucks them in the freezer, so they are cold glasses. That is the even better side of everything. Well, it is a golden ale. Now the question: will this fit? It does say 0.5 liters, so this is your 20 ounce, your full 20 ounce glass. Because these not a 473 can. This is a full 500 milliliter bottle. I love how the individual breweries are like, there's little differences, little subtle differences amongst just a few of them. And Backstage does the big bottle. A few of them were doing the little tiny stubbies. Oh, shut up.
New to this, are you? Hollywood.
I'll tell you one thing that we learned. You want to get more fizz and more, you don't want it to not get any head on it right away, because then all of that oxygen goes into your stomach.
Well, we don't want oxygen.
No, not in your stomach. You don't breathe with your stomach.
Don't tell me what to do.
let me explain to you how the human body works.
Your house.
Cheers.
Ooh, that's nice. You can really taste the sunshine.
I have no idea what a golden ale is.
All right.
This tastes like a pleasant lager.
Straw-colored beer with crisp and slight lemon. I'm not getting lemon.
What? We like to say, if you squint your taste buds, you really search for it. You're like, ooh,
Wait for it. Yeah.
Maybe. And yeah, not really getting the pineapple either.
Not getting pineapple, but I like it.
It's all right. It's not the worst I've had. There's that little bit of what's that Molson Canadian stank? What's that called?
I thought that was a bar in Montreal.
It is. But this tastes like the floor of the Molson Canadian stank. But there's that kind of that lager, that aftertaste, that kind of, it's bitter-ish, but tastes a little like that. It's all right, though.
You can really see the logo now.
Oh, yeah. That's why you gotta. That's right. Are you flying that back, or is that staying here?
The mug?
Oh,
I think I'll take this one back. Oh, you're looking for a sense?
No, I was just asking. How because I honestly.
All right, so we got a one-man show the rest of the night.
Well, yours might have done the same thing. Oh, and there's my phone going off. You know,
Yeah, mine's off.
Mine is blinking in a non-good way. So we turn that one back on.
Okay.
And that means that we're just being recorded from there, and the sound is terrible because I also didn't think to charge these ridiculous things. Anyway, Plan B, George.
Plan B.
It'd be us if that didn't happen at least once.
Tell me that you did a high Britney to your wife when you met her.
Do you know what? I did it. And to this day, because you mentioned that at one point, you said that the first
You couldn't remember where it was from.
I still can't.
Really?
I still
Hibernate.
can't.
No?
Nothing.
You gotta think about, like,
And it was one of your theater friends.
was it?
Was it?
Because you and I got this joke, not me and the theater friend.
Oh, see, I thought it was about the theater friends, though.
No. No, it was from probably only 10 minutes into basketball.
Okay.
And they were going to Brittany's house.
Yes.
They were talking about how, I think it was it Matt Stone?
With the glasses.
No, it was Trey Parker then.
Okay.
He was saying that this was the woman he liked in high school. He was just wanted to appear all important, and when she walked up behind him, she was like, "Hi." He spun around. Hi, Brittany.
That's where that's from?
That's where that's from.
I feel like I know that movie inside and out, but nope. Apparently not.
No Con Air for you then.
Nope. Have we had the conversation about what movie you could recite? Like start to finish?
Probably at some point, but not tonight.
Okay. Because I think back then, and the one I tried to do, I think this was a conversation I had with Sean, and I tried to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
How close did you get?
I got a good halfway through before we got bored of the whole situation.
Did you get to the yapper?
I got to the part where they kidnapped the scientist back, and he was explaining that he developed anti-mutagen, which had dangerous mutagenic properties. That was the line that I think fumbled me ever so slightly.
That's a movie that I don't think gets enough credit.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
I'm glad it doesn't get enough credit.
I could do Rocky 4.
Do we like sequels? Part 6s?
I might be able to do Rocky 7. Oh, Adrian's Revenge.
Rocky VII. Well, the rule is, they didn't even try to teach us that in school.
And because of toddler I have right now, I'm reasonably confident I could do the Tigger movie.
Okay. We don't really watch full-length movies. He's more in the short bursts of this and that. So
every day for 2 years. Tigger movie.
Okay. Joe was Monsters, Inc. for a while, and then Mary Poppins for a bit, but then those became too scary. And then she found the short burst shows. So I know most of iCarly, Victorious, and a few other Nickelodeon shows the whole through.
Should be 17?
Just turned 17 last month.
Just turned 17 last month.
Old.
Yeah.
Very. I mean,
but then we married younger women and had young children in our 40s.
Like incredibly clever people do. And are up late and not able to sleep and running around chasing a toddler because we're fit. Shapely, youthful exuberance, etc., etc.
That sums me up.
Shapely, youthful exuberance.
Yes.
Shapely, youthful exuberance in G minor, please.
That's one thing you came up with that I still bring up a lot. And Hannah just rolls her eyes every time. What's going to appear on my tombstone? We talk about my death a lot.
I haven't gotten quite that bad.
And it's, he lived as he loved. All at once and right in your face.
That is, strangely, I think, one of my most proudest, long-lasting jokes. And I didn't even think of it. It was one of the things that it came out bits and pieces. Because we were there at Acadia. It was the club for the improv team, and we needed some sort of advertising. And we put up the advertisement and said, "Oh, come and see this." And I said, "Well, Zenon's just gone away, so let's put up a tombstone for Zenon, and no one will get it, but we'll find it funny, because we'll pretend that he died. And then we can say, join our team, Zenon died." I don't know what. So we did that, and then I said, "We need the 2 hours." I said, "Zenon," and the date of birth and death on the year. And there we go. I said, "Well, that's too blank. It needs something. It needs something."
Draw the lamp.
I think famous last words is usually where that goes for me. It's, that needs something more, and I add something more. So I added Zenon, and here lies Zenon. He lived as he loved, and I don't know why I thought of that sentence. I think I'd heard it somewhere. Like, oh yes, and I do, but he lived as he loved. And as soon as I saw that, the inevitable sentence It was just right there. It did not come from the inside of my head. The cosmos, the universe gave that one to me, and I just went, well, that's obviously what's supposed to go on underneath it. All at once. Right in your face. And, yeah, as you say, still bringing that one up, we still talk about that. Like, I mean, there's James, who wasn't there in its inception. I mean, he was still in middle school when we came up with that one, I think. But we still enjoy that joke constantly.
Well done.
It's got good legs. It's a lasting joke. A good family friendly, all ages. It's kind of. Oh, I thought you know a bit because we have to empty this and fill it with more beer.
You leave a little bit?
We're doing like a comparison, and as this is a spotlight on Backstage, can I just say, because the last time, the second or third to last time that you were in the area, we went along and sat in Backstage Brewing and had the flighty somethings. I love the volume layer. I love the lean into music. Like all the taps are old microphones. I dig everything. Got music, instruments up on the wall and things like that.
The only thing I don't like about it is its hours.
I'm like that with just about every brewery, but yes. So, I mean, it's Wednesday.
It's homecoming week.
And they have been around for, as you say, hopefully 9 years at least.
And having said that, though, the mayor's tea is tonight, so I mean, that'd be hard to compete against.
Would you rather go to the mayor's tea? Wait, is it a golf reference? Is it going to the driving range and having a bunch of ciders and hitting golf balls with the mayor?
Or hitting golf balls.
I mean, either or.
Either or, but I'm afraid not.
Gonna go with brewery then.
Yeah.
As opposed to a drink with jam and bread, as it were.
Well, if I may be so bold, I am coming home during homecoming week, which is the point.
True.
Given the option, would I go to the brewery or a mayor who I've never met or heard of? Yeah, I'm going to pick the brewery. I want to run into friends. I want to have laughs.
Well, this is the next best thing. You've gone to the brewery and you bring it home, and then you just have someone to drink breweries with.
All right. Now, for the next, I got these simultaneously.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that one has a lower content.
Seems to.
If you want to go that way. Or if that might be similar to what we just had, so if you want to break it up.
Let's do that. With
the red.
This one, the seniors hockey league is actually the slightly hoppy.
It actually stands for stiff hopper lip.
Right. Hoppy something. Hoppy President's Day, everybody.
Alright.
Is it curious that in our travels, we both have an older daughter with a previous relationship, and then decided, no, or it was decided upon us, in whichever case, no, I will not have that relationship anymore, and now I will find another relationship with a younger woman. I mean, we didn't have much choice.
Well, obviously, this was your need to one-up me.
Yeah, that's what you accused me of
Yes.
when my son was born.
I accused you with it when you got together with Rick. Because I got myself a younger woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said, haha,
I can find a younger woman.
then you did. And then I said, well, that would be my wife texting me.
Oh.
Professional.
My mother phoned me
Wait, you make me
while my microphone was breaking, so
she's probably saying I can't hear you.
She's saying she can hear me.
Always.
It's great.
Oh, great. Oh, no, they're at the splash pad. Don't worry about it.
Rightly so.
And then I said, well, I'm having a child with my younger woman.
And I went, hold my beer.
And
For 18 months.
How old?
He'll be 2.5 next month.
Mine turned 4 this past Friday.
I was 18 months. Up top.
Okay, 18 months, huh?
18 months.
Yes.
No. This smells. How is the boy? This smells really good. He's. We were just remarking on how smart he is. He remembers stuff that I don't think a 2-year-old should remember.
Really?
So he has a tantrum. He says, I'm going to go to the playground. Well, we're not going to the playground now. It's like 7 o'clock at night. We're going to get ready for bed. And that. Then he gets mad and he starts throwing his stuff. And he kind of sits down and he gets grumpy. Do you want a snack? Yes. And you eat your feet. And then he's a little happier. And then get ready for bed. Go to bed. Fine. And he reads a story. Sleeps. And then the next day, he gets out. One of the things he's throwing, so he's got 3 stuffies that he sleeps with. And he's throwing them all over the place. And we try to round them up, and all night, Whitney and I are saying, where's this one thing? Where's Cookie? This one stuffy named Cookie. Where's that? I don't know. We checked everywhere, so we're just kind of hoping if he wakes up in the night, I hope there's no other where we have no idea where it is. Next day, he gets up, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and he's been up for a little bit, and he's kind of walking around, because he always drags all of his stuffies with him, and he puts them on the couch, and he lays them all out. And then he goes like, Cookie! I'm like, buddy, you threw it somewhere. I don't know where it is. He just looks at me. And he walks over to a point in the living room under some other toy that he threw. Under the excavator here. And then he goes over and he puts it with his other one. How did you know exactly where that is? He knew. And we didn't throw that yesterday in that whole thing drink in the rage. But it's one of those Homer Simpson moments where as soon as he can attach his own diaper, he's smarter than me. This smells very good. Ooh. Oh yes.
That's delightful.
Oh yes.
Like, this was good.
Well, it was good.
It was what I expected it to be.
Well, I don't know how to call it. When I expected it was smoother. It didn't have a smooth. It had an edge and a bite, and I don't like that.
This is just nice.
This is gorgeous, and I love the cooler. For some reason, I always have to say cooler. Ian says Reds bore him, but my story is always
related to Redwood.
He doesn't get it. It's
He doesn't.
Who is it? Oh, I remember now. 13 stories just flooded my memory. The back of my brain is in my brain. I went into the neighborhood. Shovel all of these to the front. Yeah, just a flood. Speaking of roller coaster of emotions. Not the least to say, the roller coaster, the shoveling, luckily it hasn't started shoveling all of the stories and memories of my redhead experience.
We also stayed at her house, didn't we?
No, everyone did. I think she texted me before you did.
Okay.
And that was fun, because we, after we broke up and moved out on each other, I hadn't heard from her. She messaged me that one of our cats was staying with her parents while she went
Zenon and
out west. And I told her that my cat was staying with my parents.
You took the white one, Adam.
No, she took the white one. I'm not sure.
You from Zena? I thought I went to your parents' place and got covered with white cat hair at some point.
I mean, you did.
Yeah, okay.
Because we would bring them down there for Christmas. So they were both there. But no,
Hockey.
Zena went to my mom and my stepdad. And in fact, it was my stepdad who I was getting ready to go back to oh no, wait, where was I moving? Fredericton? Yeah, I was moving to Fredericton with Sean, for reasons. And my stepdad came out to me, and it was cute. I mean, he is a burly, stoic, British, has seen everything, born in the 1940s man. And he came up and he said, he kind of likes it here. And he gave me this cute little kind of toe twirling in the dirt talk to me. I've been moving around. The cat would fall asleep on his chest and stuff. So they were quite happy. She made it 20 years. She died at 20. And my mom was quite sad about that.
How is that?
She was doing all right. Yeah, she's doing fine. She breaks a part of her every now and then. She broke her wrist, and then she got a concussion a couple of years later, and then she twisted her knee. She did something to her foot. Every now and then, she just likes to remind us that we need to pay more attention. But no, it was no time. So, what the hell is this start? Cats. Yeah. Redheads. Oh, so we kept in touch with cat stories, and then it was like 4 years after I let her know that Zenon was living with her own dog, and was quite happy, and then she texted saying Godmother died, and then a few years after that, I got another text from her saying, Zenon and his family are living in my basement. I'm like, huh? Try that again? Because I think I messaged you because Fort Mac was being evacuated, and I'm like, Fort Mac is being evacuated. This was, the big fire.
The fire. It was in all the paper.
You probably heard of it. It's hot stuff. Takes trees down. And I said, hey, what's going on? And he said, we gotta go out. And mostly that was the only thing I heard from you for a long time. But you got me up on everything that happened.
There was a lot going on all at once.
And which is why it was totally understandable that I hear from her first, my ex-girlfriend, as to say, yeah, our kids are playing together. And I'm like, weird.
Right. So I'm at this work camp about an hour and a half north of town. And
I don't know what's going on.
What year was that? It was
16.
16, okay.
And then they just came around and said, okay, we're out of food, we're flying you out. And, wait, where are we going? I don't know yet. Awesome.
Down the blaze. Landing in Qatar.
Throw it onto a bus and they get us out to the airfields that are in the oil camps. And then we get on the plane, where's this one going? We don't know yet. Neat. We're in the air, and they say, okay, this one's landing in Calgary. I thought, that'll do. We land in Calgary, and I know one person in Calgary. And it was my cousin Chris lives there, and I don't know what kind of situation he's in, but he was I land, I get a Facebook message from
The ex, my ex,
just saying, hey, if you guys need a place to stay, I'm in Calgary and I have room. That's funny you should ask. Because, yeah, we're here.
My town is on fire.
So, yeah, she just gave me the address, and I was at the airport, and I was like, anybody, the taxi person said, where are you going? And I said, here. And she said, oh. Next thing I know, I'm having a drink and living in my basement.
And several people, including my own daughter says this to me. She says, you are good friends with too many of your exes. And I replied, nope.
No more explanation.
No, because it has helped me out more than once to stay on rather good terms with an awful lot of exes. There's a couple I don't talk to, I guess.
And the ones you don't talk to, I do.
Yeah, but there was one that I hadn't talked to since high school. It wasn't an ugly breakup or anything like that. We just broke up and then didn't really talk to each other. And then all of a sudden, 20-ish years later, I'm on a stage introducing her as a belly dancer.
As you would.
That's totally normal story. Oh, it requires no further explanation.
Sorry.
So I didn't know Ross had a tattoo.
Oh.
He shows up, he got this tattoo. And we had this long-standing agreement that we'd get tattoos when our friend Daryl does.
We did?
Yeah. When Daryl was going to get a tattoo, we were going to get tattooed at the same time.
I mean, I still will.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he's got one.
So I have one tattoo. And bonus points for anybody who knows what this is.
Oh, dear.
Before... There we go. So,
weeping cherry, crying cherry.
You're not far.
Okay.
So, my beloved, Hannah, before we were married, we were very good friends, and one night, she was going down to this tavern to trivia night, and I went down to join. And her and I ended up being the only ones from our group that were there. And so we were trying to come up with the most disgusting team name we could think of. What are the worst 2 words you could put together?
Wet beaver.
Secreting kumquat.
It's funny how they're both marginal.
They're similar.
Yeah, tone.
And so secretion kumquat came up, and she looked up what a kumquat looked like, because neither of us actually knew.
What are they doing?
They're a little boring.
But you're right, that is what that is.
And so she actually drew a secreting kumquat here on my arm.
Oh.
And I took a picture of it. And when we got engaged, I got that picture tattooed on me.
Oh, well done.
So that is my secreting kumquat.
I do a 24-hour live stream trying to raise money for children's at the local hospital. Well, not here, the other local one. And one year I said, all right, if I reach my goal of this many dollars, I think it was $2,000, I will get a tattoo. And if I reach the push goal of $3,000, you get to tell me what tattoo I get. Thankfully, that didn't happen. So it had to be $2,000, and I said, well, poop. Now I need to figure out what I want. And so I just choose I'm going to choose something stupid or arbitrary. I'm not just going to get the homeboy and Chinese characters or something like that, which I could have done. And so I thought long and hard about what I should do, and then I decided that the very first video game controller, because it was a video game theme, but the very first video game controller that I owned was an NES system that my dad got me. And then so I did that, and I only had the one. And when I told Joe was 7 or 8. My daughter was 7 or 8 years old when I did this, so it's been a while. And she cried, like, all night, when I told her that I was going to get a tattoo. Because she said, oh, good, my friend's dad got a tattoo, he totally changed, and he hates it, and I doesn't talk to his son anymore. Okay, this is an interesting conversation, but some of your friends' dads are crap. I'm not going to stop being your dad if I get a tattoo. Oh my God, I talked her down. I talked her on the fence for a good solid week, just on and off, kind of, if I do this, it's just a thing, and I'm honest, I do it, and it's going to be something that is related to what I did in the promissory thing. So I don't think I even have a working Nintendo anymore, but so then the next year, I said, all right, because the more I thought about it, well, what if I move on and just do the rest? Mm-hmm. And the thing is, so the next year I got one, and the next controller that I got was when I was in my friend's room, and we would just play, like, everything on the Super Nintendo. So I got the Super Nintendo one, and we just played any SNES games, and that was all through junior high and high school. And then, so the third one, I thought, oh, okay, well, I didn't want gray, because Nintendo had a gray thing for a while. And I went, what can I do? And I said, well, wait a minute. Remember when we played in 64, and I had the red controller that I got. And I think I paid $24 for it at Blockbuster, because we needed 4 controllers to play like Mario Party and stuff like that. Oh, God, did we play a lot? And so that's why that one's red. And like, so this is an autobiographical journey of the controllers that I personally used. So the next one is a kind of a royal blue translucent PS2 controller.
And have you given up on parenting your daughter? Did the tattoos change?
Oh, absolutely, yes. It kicked her right to the curb. There was she's selling her body for hard drugs right now.
As you do.
I would be all. In this economy, that's pretty much where we're at. This is amazing.
I really like it.
I do like this red. And for some reason, I seem to recall when we went to and got the flight I was excited about a red because I got excited about a red. Because, like, Ian says he's bored with a red. He doesn't think that reds taste like anything. And I'm like, a red is what got me into liking beer. When you had to drink beer before, but then when I had my first Rickard's Red, we all talked about the story that Rickard's Red was my gateway beer. Okay. Ooh, it has flavor. How interesting.
I understand because I wasn't a fan of most beers. I would drink them, but I wasn't really into it. It was just something to do. And then when I realized there were other things. Yeah. Okay. Interesting story about birds. So I went to Ireland. And when I arrived in Ireland, I went to the pub and I said, give me a Guinness. Because that's what you do. Yeah. And he gave me a pint of Guinness and I drank it and I was like, yep, it's not for me. Like, it's better over there, fresh from the tap, than over here. I'll give them that. It is better. But it's still not for me. I wouldn't crave it. And I finished it, and the bartender said, what would it be? And I said, what else you got? Like, what else is Irish, and I'm here.
Give me your most Irish beer that is not a Guinness.
And I said, what's the next oldest beer you have? Like, what's... And he said, how would you like a pint of Smithwick's? And I said, that is exactly what I would enjoy. And he gave me a Smithwick's, and it was bright red. Like, bright red.
Yeah. This is kind of great.
Like, it almost was like, imagine this bleeding. No! Do it! Do as you told. Well,
will only bend so far. No, thank you, sir.
And he gave me that, and I took a drink, and I said, you know what? That's going to be me for the rest of the trip. And that's what I drank for the rest of that trip. It was phenomenal.
I wonder what the percentage is.
It's all red. Oh, the percentage of alcohol.
Yes. Not the percentage of red.
Well, picture this bleed.
This one is 40% red. What's the other 60%? Petroleum. The only liquid I can think of.
Well, there's only the two.
The two.
Petroleum and red.
Got a brain between the two.
Oh my god!
I think I still have it. But I think the tape has atrophied to beyond
the best middle of the night phone call. Look at this. You call us like 2 in the morning, and the phone's ringing, and I was like, I woke up and I was like, for some reason I said, that's going to be for me. And I answered, it's the Stellarton police. And he was like, yeah. And I said, yeah. And I said, by any chance, did you buy a hat this weekend? And I said, yeah. And I said, and did you rent a movie? And I said, yeah. And they said, and did you talk about it into a recorder? I said, yeah. Good work, detective. And they said, well, we got the recorder, and they come down and identify it.
How did we lose the recorder and not, like, the car? Did
somebody was going around opening cars and taking stuff out of them.
And saw
old tape recorder and took it.
Oh, that's going to be worth something.
And so I had to go back on to what you said. An ex of mine worked at the police. And when I started, I said, I know that
the way to say man you live like he loves.
Oh, she would know. Oh, God. So, yeah, that's good. You know you live in a small town.
We're in the police station. Yeah, there you go.
Did you rent a movie and buy a hat?
I think you would like a show that I've been watching recently. Have you watched any of Resident Alien?
Look, full disclosure, no. I have seen nothing new. That's a lie. I saw Ted Lasso.
I like that.
Beside Ted Lasso, I have seen nothing do. And I have been given a list of shows, and I fully intend to watch them when I retire at 77.
Fair.
But,
Oof.
well,
I won't be. If the OSP is any indication.
Well, isn't that why we married young? We retire, they work for another 15 years.
Ooh.
Did you not think about this?
Okay, listen, my daughter, I was explaining this to my buddy Jeff tonight, or earlier today, where she wants to go to this program of forensic psychology.
Oh.
And I went, okay. And I said, but won't you miss, math? And she really likes math. And she says, no, maybe I kind of like it. And I said, well, you could do like a minor in math, and then you can fall back on your accounting actuarial side of things and keep me in plush retirement communities. Should you need us?
Yeah, should you need us?
So Brittany accidentally got, for our son, she said, look at this great onesie. I was like, Tony! She got Tony's onesie! And she's never seen it.
Thank God Dolly's dead.
And it was so much.
This is labyrinth stuff. In case no one caught that.
We don't even bother with reminding me of the babe.
What babe?
The babe with the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
Voodoo?
You do.
Do what?
Remind me of the babe.
I saw my baby!
It's one of those things much like, it's called the Queen song. Help.
That was
Bohemian Rhapsody. That once it begins, it has to play through.
You gotta go through it.
You gotta go through it. Even though I don't even really like that bit. That was in yours and Daryl.
That was Daryl. That was most. How do you like your spaghetti?
I like my spaghetti and my leather jacket. I have fallen into relapse once more. I don't know if I ever mentioned to you that after doing improv and finally deciding, hey, doing improv with a bunch of university students makes me feel geriatric. I need to stop doing this because they realized that the 19-year-olds were asking the 22-year-olds, what's it like to be so old and learned? And I'm like, I'm 41. This is weird. I need to stop being a part of this. So I kind of, no, the university thing. And then we did our sketch comedy, and we took it to the Fringe Festival. And up in the Fringe Festival, and we met, there was a group, but they were doing improv themselves. There were all these guys, and they'd been friends forever, so there was no age discrepancy, and it wasn't weird. It was hilarious. They were really good. And then they said, we're having an improv night, and you can sign up and be a part of it. And I went, and it felt a bit like, I can jab myself with heroin once, right? It's be fine.
I'm starting at 5.
I can just do one. And I believe, when I did that, I did the volunteer, not the volunteer, but the sign-up improv night, I came back, and Jamie was there, and I said, I believe, sir, I have fallen off the wagon. I said, that was awesome. I have drank from the bib of improv once more, and I cannot get enough.
Drank from the bib?
I don't even know how you would even do that, but yes, that.
Okay.
And so I would go up, and every year, I think that's possibly why I continued writing sketches, so that I could continue to do improv once a year. That was how good this drug is. And then recently, just last Christmas, I think, my local theater that I volunteer with, they said, why do we have an improv night? You've done improv before, right? And I'm like, my eye starts twitching. I was like,
well, you've done improv.
Improv. And so my rule is keep my mouth shut as much as possible.
How's that working for you?
Mixed results. Okay. At least outside of performance. Performance, I'll try to keep it to about a 50% enthusiasm. But between performances, and they say, oh, we're going to do these games, and I'm like, they're wrong. That's what all goes. I have better ideas than you, but that's cool. It's your show. I'm just a performer.
Remember our apartment?
Which one are we going to get?
No, the improv one. we were doing it.
Oh, God, yes.
Yes.
I probably couldn't read it right now, but in the moment, we both knew where every facet of that room was, like where the window was, where the door to the pantry was.
So we did a show in Chester. We're huge in Chester.
Big famous, almost as famous as the strange comedian who comes in through the window.
Oh, God.
If you want to make it in comedy, just saying, you gotta come in through the window. So awkwardly.
We get this call to do a show, and we're like, yeah, we got a troupe, we'll come down. And for some reason, Ross and I were the only two that could do this one, so we're like, we could do an hour and a half of comedy of improv, just the two of us. Yeah. And we did. I think it was the best show we ever did. It was one of the best. Yeah, it was one of the best ones we've ever done. But yeah, at one point we did this thing, we were in a apartment, and just the apartment was real.
There was memory to it. We knew where stuff was. Can I just say, the red, it has nothing else on it. We don't know the percentage. We don't know anything else behind it. It was very good. It had, was there a sweetness, a caramel?
It was better than a Rickards.
Yes.
Yep.
Because it was very smooth on the back end.
I would spend an evening drinking this red.
So now I'm curious about this.
Good job, Backstage.
Alcoholic League, the Severance Hatched League. Stiff Hopper Lip.
Stiff Hopper Lip. That's really hard. Stiff Hopper Lip. Stiff Hopper Lip. I was wrong side on the stop.
Maybe that's what the problem is. They're trying to give you some sort of quiz of how to pronounce the thing. Great. Well, we're going to try this one. Then stiff Hopper Lip. No other explanation. No other anything is coming in at 3.9%. ABV. So this would be your.
I do know this is their take on an IPA.
At 3.9? This is the most. We had session IPAs weeks ago, and they were still 5.0. For a session IPA. So this is like, what's better than a session? This is a full-on. This is a leaving Las Vegas IPA.
Oh.
Where you just drink 8 or 9 liters of it, and then off you go to pass your driving test. Oops. Oh. God damn it, dribble. Not that it was not gonna.
There's just enough of the red to give it a little extra flavor.
I think that's wrong. But
No.
Fine.
No, I'm doing. Hey.
Yeah. So, that's got some haze to it. And, oh damn! And some smell. So, this happened to us, last week? Maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, where we got the session IPAs. And the problem with the session IPAs, I found, the first two were kind of, we're session IPAs, so we're low in alcohol percentage. It's fine. Is it very subtle in flavors? Don't give me your buble subtle.
Buble.
Well, you know those ones. Those just taste like cherry. No, it tastes like cherry thrown at me from the baseball field away.
It feels like somebody put a cherry flavored piece of bubble gum in it.
Yes, at one point. Previously chewed. And so, when we finally got to the third one, I said, okay, maybe I just don't get what a session IPA is. And maybe I just think that everything should have full flavor. Because they kept saying, this is a full flavored session IPA. I'm like, nope. No, this is a 1/4 flavored session IPA. So they had the smells, they felt the juice, but they didn't have the flavor.
Is there a fire going? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's a baseball card on the spokes of a bicycle.
It's a stroller.
Look at that.
With baseball cards on the spokes.
Which nobody does anymore because it's not 1989. But it's got a little bit of haze to it. So if it's full flavored, I'm like, yes, session IPA, even a 3.9. And so what I'm convinced of is even if you take down the percentage, the flavor still got to be there. So if this just tastes like the Diet Coke kind of, I wish there was flavor.
Well, let's find out.
But, it started.
I'm okay with it.
It started with flavor, but then it kind of went, I'm kind of subtle.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I don't enjoy, but would I hunt it out?
Well, I've been trying to think of some ones that, because I'm convinced that the session IPA popularity, which I've learned from the internet, has been a big thing for like 10 years, but has only really kind of reached the East Coast, is a very, I'll have 2 of those and drive home kind of,
Okay.
where finally, delightfully, Nova Scotians are starting to realize, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't get drunk and kill off 3 basketball playing junior high school students on my way home. So the whole percentage down things like, I need to have something, but the percentage. So and there have been some really delightful ones. There's been these low percentage English pub ale that I kind of like, where they taste a lot like that red. If this is more of the IPA side of things, where it's trying to taste like something a little bit hoppier and hazier, and it's there in the first gulp, but the rest of the gulp is,
It makes you want another gulp so you can capture the magic again. Clever.
to give me more flavor. It's a bit Diet Coke-ish. Whereas you're chasing that flavor. Like, please.
So I'm not done of it. I'm not done of the mug I poured, but I would say out of the 3 we've tried, this is going to be a solid 3rd place for me.
Really? It's 2nd for me easily. But the first one is a 3rd because it tastes like it had that aftertaste. This is smooth in the back end. This is smooth going out.
I think what it is that I enjoy a good IPA, and this broke my heart. It's a fine IPA. It's not a good one.
It's 3.9. Now we had session IPAs that were as low as 4.850, and I said, okay, but if it gets that low, are you only is the limitation on percentage also the limitation on flavor? And so the 3rd one we had, which is one down from Tuscan Falls down the Yarmouth area, it was still like a 5.0 or a 4.9, and it popped. It had the flavor. I was like, yes, there, good, okay, it can be done. So which is why I know it can be done. I'm not sure if you go as low as 3.9. This must be the lowest I think I've ever had, because they did one. Was that Two Crows or was that North? Someone did one with surfboards on it.
There's one in Alberta from Wild Rose Brewing, and I couldn't tell you what the name of the beer is, but I call it Beaver Beer because on the front of it there's a beaver and a hard hat holding a lever going to work. So Beaver Beer, and it is a 5.5% IBA, and it's perfect.
Yeah,
it is perfect. They got the mix dead on.
So the one that we had that I really loved, if you visit an LC before you leave, and it's a red can, like a red, kind of a hazy, rusty looking can, says something to say, something to say, Session IPA from Tuscan Falls.
Okay.
5 around 5. That was the one I was like, yes, that's the one that the flavor is all 100% there.
Oh my god, have we become snobs?
Yes.
Okay.
Just in the last hour.
Alright. Well, it's about time. We've been waiting.
I know, just sort of biding our time. While it is lacking in the punch, there's Ian. Your audio is very distorted. As long as you're having fun, the beer is good. That's what matters. Yes, the audio is distorted because I screwed it up.
I had nothing to do with the audio. Should we project?
No, because watch this.
Okay. The man sniffs to prove a point. The man knows. The man knows.
It maxed out.
I did a play of McMurray. I couldn't tell you which one it was because it doesn't even matter. But it was a comedy, and at the end of one of the shows, they had us all out for a Q&A with the audience, and any audience that wanted to stay and ask a question.
And one of the questions that was asked was like, well, this is a funny show. What
movie do you watch if you want to laugh? And
Why was wait? I'm sorry. There was a Q&A after your show.
after one of the plays, like wasn't after the. I think it must have been after the Thursday show.
I mean, I've done one before, but
Doesn't-
they pretended it was a children's play.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
No one can hear this because I don't have a mic on. Doesn't matter. So, but it was going down the line. What do you watch when you want to laugh? And people are saying, "Oh, I watch like Austin Powers or Holy Grail, things like that." And it gets down to me, and I was like, if I just want to watch a show and giddy laugh, it's Hudson Hawk.
Mm.
And the only other person I know that laughs themselves silly watching Hudson Hawk. And it's not that it's funny. It's just so funny.
It is that it's funny. That's the problem.
It's not funny in the way that like you're not going to hear a lot of jokes, but it's just funny.
Yeah. Well, it rolls through. I get some things sometimes, and they on Reddit, and they get these movie things, and someone posted in the movie subreddit something like, "What is a movie that didn't seem to do well, no one else loves, but you just adore?" And I clicked on it, and I'm reading through all the stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay, that one was all right. And so finally, I do a search. I said, did anyone say Hudson Hawk? And someone just says Hudson Hawk, and I replied to it. And then my reply was just, wait, Tommy, says here there's no horseplay by the pool area.
This isn't horseplay. It's grand larceny.
And no one replied with that. It was very disappointing.
I wonder if it was me that said Hudson.
It didn't seem like
It's just you and I talking on Reddit.
not knowing who each other are. That totally sounds like a thing we
Yeah.
do. Like, wait, you're on the internet? What? I'm on the internet. What? It's crazy. Okay.
So I got another movie I watch when I want to laugh. And
Muppet Treasure Island.
No, I have two versions of this movie that I own. I have one that is I bought the movie and I watch it and I laugh and it's wonderful. And then I got this other version that's terribly edited, but has a Ross and Daryl commentary over it. So
I haven't watched that in so many years.
So it's this movie that I always loved. It's a musical. It's just doesn't make any sense, but it's wonderful. And so Ross gets a friend of ours to watch it with him for the first time, and they just talk.
I think I've only ever watched it once before. You got me to watch it. And then I said, all right, Daryl, you're watching this, and we're going to record. And we recorded a commentary for 100% of the movie. Because this was back when commentaries were pretty standard on DVDs. And this movie did not yet have a DVD release. It didn't have a digital release. You had a VHS copy, and which I stole to turn into a digital copy. So it's basically just watching a VHS copy and capturing it digitally. Oh, that must be the worst version possible.
It was magic. Because Daryl doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's like,
to this day, I don't know what's going
like,
on in
where
that
are the
movie.
pirates?
Are there any pirates? And, well, had you paid attention, Angela Lansbury explains that right at the beginning. No. They're all pilots.
No.
Well, one of them was supposed to be a
missed the
pilot.
point.
One of them was supposed to be a pilot. a little quiet. Turn up your volume. We're working on it.
Don't tell me what to do. Hi, Ian.
Long story short, Backstage Brewing has some very delicious things, but they should be open later in the night. And somehow, yeah, we have gone full blue.
It's
Dabo
going
de da.
dark. There's a light on over there, but we're not catching it.
This is just standard. Yeah.
This is high quality podcasting right here.
Well, hell yes. What time is it? How long have we been on?
So
Hour and 10.
So can you believe somebody thought we were brothers?
Who?
Remember we were out, when you came out to McMurray, we went to the museum out there, the one that had all the big dogs and everything, and there was that Tessa. I think Tessa? Doesn't matter. I think that was her name. And she worked there at the time. We went in for the tour, and then she was telling another friend of ours out there, Zenon and his brother came in.
I mean,
I don't see it.
It's not the worst thing I've been called. I'll take it. I had an older sister growing up. She doesn't come on the podcast at all. Although my nephew, he's taken to starting to make his own beer a little bit as well. So I might have to get him on there. That'd be funny.
Okay.
We'll get there. The audio quality was abysmal. The beer was quite tasty. Again,
Yeah, I was happy.
to recap, red we liked.
Red was if you
If
you enjoy red, come try that one.
Whoop, that's a low 9s. 9.1, 9.2. Sure.
9.2
Out of 10. What was this one? The interesting low ass percentage IPA from a low ass percentage IPA point of view.
I'm drinking
it hit enough where I think I had more disappointing session IPAs last week that had a higher percentage than this. So this, for a low percentage, is doing pretty darn good. So I gotta give you some 8s.
It'll get you drunk.
Well, after a while, you get
You'll
the whole
have to
thing.
work at it.
Low mid 8s, 8.4. And then I didn't like the golden ale.
I would
the lager posing as a golden ale as much as you did.
For a red, I'm definitely putting that in the 9s.
That was good.
The that I'm going to put at a fine 7.5. This I'm gonna rank at a 7.
You know what? I'd probably put that at a 7. There.
All right.
Choice is done. Ian, I hope you're enjoying your break, as is usually between 9 and 9:15, especially as we finally got a little bit of the sound pointed out. I might try to mess with it. We'll see. I don't know. For all of our one listener, we're losing our blue. As we speak, the blue is going. But I want to thank Zenon for allowing me to drive all the way out here and for picking up all this stuff for us, and Backstage Brewing for making all these delicious things. I have enjoyed what I could find from the LC, so get yourself a Stellarton. With the loss of Uncle Leo's, the loss of Truro Brewing and Truro, there's really a loss of, I think, oh God, who's out in Amherst? Anyway, the loss of a number of them around this area. I think Backstage is one of the few ones in this region that's still going. You get down to Antigonish, you've got Half Cocked and Candid, but get out to Backstage because they're making some delicious stuff. And thanks to Ian for being in the ye old comments. And we are back here every week, 8 to 9 on a Wednesday night, here on the old youtube.com/@drinknsdry. You can find our podcast in all the podcasty places. You can go straight to the source at drinkns.unsupervised.beer, or you can find us, I think we're sometimes on the TikTok and the Instagram. In Instagram. It's a new thing. I'm starting a new multimedia project. It's not happening. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.